Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jess-marie, and if you haven't already subscribed, that would be rad if you did and liked the video. I just got done filming an Ipsy bag review and I touched my neck and it went red. This is a sign of a very sensitive skinned person. I touch my neck and it goes red. It sucks. And please excuse the nails. I was filing them down to refill and realized I wasn't really in the mood, so I'll do that later. Today I wanted to talk about, I got a couple requests from some of you about foundations for dry skin. So I worked on it for a few months now because I really wanted to give you guys something that would be worthwhile and hopefully something that you haven't tried or you have tried and you love it. I don't know. None of these products are really new. They work for me. Some of them not so much. So that's what we're going to get into today. First of all, I want to say that if your skin isn't in good condition, no foundation is really going to look good or work well, especially when you have dry skin. It's going to show through, so take care of your skin. And that's why I have an AM and a PM skincare routine videos coming up soon. I hope that you guys will enjoy those. I can nerd out the most on skincare, and I get the most excited about skincare even more than makeup because the less foundation that I have to use, I personally like that better. So let's get started. First off, I need to talk about primers for a minute. I was using the Tarte Poreless Clean Slate Primer, the one in the purple bottle. And I felt like it was kind of suffocating my skin because around here, when I don't have makeup on, it's very red and bumpy and just looked like it didn't have air. I guess that's the best way to explain it. But then I was watching a Sunday Riley interview and she talked about how primers are great for giving you this clean, smooth canvas, but a lot of times can suffocate your skin. There's no room for it to breathe. So right now, as of now, these are the two primers that I've been, These are the two primers that I've been using and I haven't really had an issue. They're both quite moisturizing. This one's a little more of just color correcting and this one will give me a smooth base, yet I don't feel like my skin is just trapped from everything because your skin does need to breathe. So this one for sure, I think it has rosehip and argan oil in it. It's done really well for most of my foundations. When I first got it, I didn't think it worked that well, but that's because I was using a really bad foundation, which is for another video. Just so you know, get a primer that's not suffocating you. Even when you have dry skin, you need a primer that's not suffocating your skin. So the first one I'm going to talk about is one that you've already seen on my channel if you've been watching for a while. It's the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. This one is very full coverage to me. I feel like it's super full coverage. And after about 8 or 9 hours of wear, then it will start to kind of settle in my giant smile lines and my lines under my eyes from when I smile and talk. But other than that, this was my go-to for so long and it will still be my go-to, but everywhere I've looked has been out of my shade. This shade, Euphoric, is just slightly too dark now unless I got a spray tan, but I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. So in the winter it just got way too dark. I think the next one down is Cosmic and that's the one I've been looking for, but it is always sold out. I loved this one. If you're looking for a medium to full coverage, this is a really good foundation. But I do need to stress something. It has a pump, and when you think it's all out, it will stop pumping. But then I opened it and I still had a ton more in here that I've been using the little tube to like bring out and just wipe onto my beauty blender. So don't go throwing it away when it stops pumping. Like, this is expensive. Use it all up. The next one I got a few months ago was the Sephora's version of the Air Flash foundation. I believe there is another brand. Is it Hourglass? It's Hourglass. They have one as well. It works alright. It will settle in fine lines after 6 hours, depending on how much you put on. That's the one thing I like about the spray, is that you can just put on what you need. Even though I'll still use a beauty blender with this, some people just spray in spots and then distribute with their beauty blender, but I was actually like spraying my face. For having dry skin, it worked out pretty well. I believe this one was around $20 instead of however much the Hourglass one was, so it's a little more affordable. The Vibrancy foundation though, I think was around $50. It might have even been more. I should have wrote that down actually. The next one is a drugstore foundation, which has always worked for me, and it's the Maybelline Fit Me Poreless and Matte and Poreless foundation. I've used this for years. Literally years. Even though it says matte and poreless, I feel like it didn't look bad on my skin because I, over the past few months, have realized I don't like matte on my face. I want it kind of dewy, more natural looking, but this doesn't really give me the super crazy matte look. And what I really liked about it is that when it wore off like lightly. It didn't wear out in spots. It just like kind of dissipated, and I never really realized that it was gone until it's totally gone. Which I would rather have that than it getting crazy built up in fine lines and like breaking up. I hate that. So I'd rather have something that kind of just flows off. I don't know, what's the word for that? This one though, I like it quite a bit. It didn't really dry me out unless I've been wearing it for like 6-7 hours, which I try to avoid wearing foundation for that long, unless it's a long day. This one says normal to oily, but I feel like it works great for people with dry skin. So I don't know. They have another one, I think it was a dewy or something. You could try that one too. It covered up my freckles back in the day when I didn't want to show my freckles, but now I've kind of accepted my fate. I have 2 more for you. These 2 that I'm about to talk about are my new complete go-to. This one is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I got the Makeup Forever Ultra Water Blend one, and that was the one that was a disaster, and I thought my primers were crap because of it, and it had a perfume, and over a week or 2 I just started breaking out like crazy, which should be in for another video. Yes, I will put that in another video. But this one, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, is pretty darn good. And this one had a lot of different color selections, which I really liked. I went into Sephora this time and swatched them on my hand and actually found one that works well, which now is too dark. But it's summer almost, so I'll get back into it and it'll match me just fine. But for this moment in time, it's a little too dark. It is, to me, quite full coverage, medium to full, depending on how you apply it. It worked very well. It didn't really settle until like the very end of the day. If I put this on at 8 in the morning and I take it off at 10 at night, then yeah, there's gonna be just a little settling, but it wasn't extremely unflattering, and I don't think anyone really noticed except for me. I'm not sure if you guys are the same way, but when you have really dry skin, you'll put all your moisturizers on and your foundation and you feel great for like 5 hours, and then your skin starts soaking it all in from a more hydrating foundation or a more hydrating primer, and you kind of feel it. You can tell you have a lot of makeup on your face by the end of the night. And this one does that, but not till way later. I'm more used to it anyways, right? So this one I highly recommend if you are into Makeup Forever. I believe it was about $40-something. I will list in the description below all the links and you can see for yourself. If I want a full coverage, going out type of night, this is the one I'll use. And last but not least, I saved the best for last. I have to give credit to finding this one from Kathleen Lights. She talked about it in one of her videos and I'm like, why not? I thought I was just gonna grab this from the drugstore and think, okay, it will work, I'll try it on for a while and it'll just be something affordable. Nope, it is now my favorite foundation. It's number 7 Lift and Illuminate Foundation, Firmer Even Skin, and it has SPF in it. You can get it at Ulta, and I got this at Walgreens for about $16, so it's expensive for a drugstore foundation. It is so worth it. It's a light to medium coverage, but I like that, especially when my skin is looking good. I put so much time into it, I want to be able to show it off, and this is amazing. I hope it works for you. If you've tried it, let me know. I think they were lacking a little bit in color selection, but I did find one that works well. I am wearing it right now. I thought it was slightly darker, but in camera it looks fine. So this one wears so well. It feels so good all day. I can wear this literally all day and it does not bother me. I cannot feel it at the end of the day. And if it wears off at all in any spot, it wears off so lightly you wouldn't even know. People were saying that it was dewy-ish, so it was feeling kind of tacky. I feel like after I put it on and leave it there, about 15 minutes later, the tackiness kind of goes away and it just feels like your skin. But if you don't want any tacky at all, I do recommend using a setting powder. These are the 2 I use. This one, the Maybelline Master Fix, it leaves kind of white cast, and that's saying a lot because I'm super white. But the other one I'll use now that I have Tarte Shape Tape, because anything else with this would just settle like crazy. But with the Shape Tape and the Miraness Studio Magic BB Pore Powder, it does really wear— wow, I cannot talk. It does wear well. This one I got on Zulily for a sale. I think they have a website though. I will link it down below. It's just more of like a skin tone compared to a white setting powder. So that is what I use today under eye and my eyelids to set it so that my eyeshadow would blend easier, and then I'll put a little right here just because that's usually where I touch my face if I have to. Seriously guys, I cannot stress this enough, and I really hope it works for you or else you'll be really mad at me, but it's only $16. I have great foundations, but I just use this one every single day. Even if I go out, I'm about to go over to the UK again, and I'm bringing this one, and I'm bringing this one just in case I need to look super crazy fancy, but this one. Yeah, that is my foundations that I recommend. Let me know what works for you because I'm always looking for more, especially if you have dry skin. Let me know what you like. I can only speak for people with dry skin because I don't have oily skin, so I don't really know what would be best. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something or found something you're interested in. If you'd like, you can subscribe or follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat if you want. I don't normally use Snapchat unless I'm traveling, which I'm traveling next week, so my Snapchat should be a little more busy. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.